Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be replacing a rear master cylinder on the Polaris Trailblazer. You can see I've got the new master cylinder right here. Those two brass washers, you need to make sure that you use those on the banjo bolt. We are going to reuse the banjo bolt that's on the unit. We don't need the adapter that came with a new one. So you will need a pair of pliers to get the clamp off of the hose, a 9/16 wrench to take the brake line off of the master cylinder, as you see me doing right here. And then you've got two bolts that'll take a 10mm socket. I use a little 3/8 impact. You can use a ratchet, um, possibly even use a wrench. It may be a little bit more difficult with a wrench because it is kind of tight around the brake pedal, but not too bad. You can probably get it done if you don't have a ratchet or a socket. Pretty easy swap out here, guys. You can see we just pulled the banjo bolt there. We're going to reuse that like I was saying. Get the line out of your way. The reason we were replacing it, the pedal kept, going straight to the floor. So we're going to go ahead and pull this thing off. I did have to do a voiceover on this one. The background noise on the original video was just horrendous. My partner was in the background knocking the heck out of something with a hammer, and that's about all you could hear. But you can see me removing the bolts there. It's a real simple process. Just get them two bolts out. Make sure you get the brake line off first. And as soon as you get that done, you can pull the master cylinder up, use your pliers, get the little clamp off of the brake line, and pull it out. So there you go. You see us removing it. Going to take the clamp off with a just standard pair of pliers. Like I said, there is a specialty pair of pliers made for those clamps, but one clamp, pretty easy to get to. Just kind of twist the hose a little bit. Be careful because that is plastic right there that the hose connects to. Pull it off. And then the install process is pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just get your new master cylinder. There I am taking that out. We don't need that adapter. So I'll just set that to the side. I do keep the washers. We're going to use the new washers instead of the old. Uh, so whenever you're doing that, you'll have your banjo bolt. It's a little out of camera shot here, but you definitely want to put one washer on the banjo bolt, then slide it through the brake line, and, uh, and then put the other washer on. You can see I'm installing the brake line there. Real simple, slide it in. Make sure you secure your clamp before you put it on. It's a whole lot easier to do it out here than after you get it mounted. So we'll get that slid on there, install it, put your two bolts in. So yeah, it's a pretty easy process, guys. There's no reason paying the shop here. I was going to make a video of us bleeding the brakes, but time got away from me. We were really busy. I was trying to get this done in a hurry, which we did. So I installed a master cylinder. The simplest way to bleed the brakes is it usually takes two people. Is the easiest way. You'll have to get back under the machine at the caliper, and there's a bleeder port there. So once you start, you want to keep that closed. So you'll take the little brake handle there, your foot, pump that 4 or 5 times, hold it down while whoever's helping you cracks the bleeder open at the back, and it'll go down to the floor. Hold it down until they get that bleeder tight, um, and then repeat until you're getting nothing but fluid. Up at the top of the picture there, you can see the reservoir. I'll show it a little better here in just a minute. Right here is where we're making sure we get the brass washers on the banjo bolt. It goes on each side of your brake line, so make sure you get that installed. That's very vital there. It'll leak and suck air and will not work correctly. So, but yeah, right there's the reservoir, the little, yep, right there where I just pointed. You'll make sure that's full of brake fluid. I think .3 or .4, whichever you can find, is what you'll need to use there. It's a pretty easy process. Thanks for watching, guys.